What a bullish move gold has been making at the start of this new half year, right? And this was kind of expected, right? If you look at this particular candle, I'm looking at monthly candle, by the way, monthly chart, by the way. This month of July has already moved this much, and we are like, towards the half of the month. This is what we were expecting. So we were expecting market to come down, hit a level, and then bounce back up. And I'll show you that, like, why we were expecting that, what was the logic behind it, and what kind of opportunities can come on gold. Right, welcome back to this analysis of XAUUSD gold. My name is Vic. I'm the founder of Vikinsa Capital Management. Hope you are well. Right, so let's look at what gold has been doing and what it has done so that we can understand what kind of opportunities can come in future. And I'm not going to actually cover the entire thing because that has already been covered in my previous analysis. And if you have already ordered premium analysis, right, which is basically better analysis with better biases like levels and zones. We use proprietary methods to cover the analysis in depth. So if you have covered all of it, if you have ordered that, then you will have the entire information on that. So what I will do is I will only focus on this section for now, what gold has been doing. Now this thing looks like a W sort of pattern, and when W pattern completes, the market goes down, right? This is part of our FCP methodology, in which we find out all about these WNM patterns, how to quantify them. All of these WNM patterns are quantifiable, and they are kind of predictable as well. And we have been looking for bearish movement from 2050 level. In certain feeds, as you can see, here, the market reached 2080 and then came back down, right? We have been looking for a short only from 2050. So what happened here? We were expecting market to fall down from 2050. The market went higher, created a bear trap, fell down, and then gave us a confirmation around 2050, and we have been looking for a short in there. We have been short from there. So we have been bearish all the way down to this particular level, and from here we changed our bias back to the bullish. Why? Because this is how it is. This is how it runs. A market runs in kind of waves, right? And these waves create WNM patterns as well, right? And in our FCP methodology, what we do is we actually identify the most profitable and most predictable WNM patterns and their possible targets. And each of these WNM patterns, if you have not seen, actually, there's a very good video that I posted a couple of years ago, and you should actually watch that, because in there I have discussed all about WNM patterns. You will find a link to that video in this video as well somewhere. You should really, really watch that if you are interested in learning about WNM patterns. And obviously, it is part of our FCP training as well. So when W pattern completes, the market falls, and then it usually comes in terms of M pattern, and there are certain scenarios and conditions around it. So what has happened is that market created this W pattern. When W pattern completes, the market falls down, and then it tries to do what? It tries to create an M pattern. Right now, it remains to be seen whether it actually does that, but the behavior is like that. Behavior is that it wants to do this, but if the market conditions change, then it will not be able to do that. So far, what it has done is actually it has created this particular leg. It has started to form this leg, which is here. Okay, now until it actually changes, until certain conditions are met, we should be looking for bullish movement into certain levels here, and those levels can act as our profit targets for bull trades from here, and they can also act as reversal levels, for short opportunities as well. So you see, all of these things are already there. And let me tell you one more thing. You see, all of these news items which are happening on daily, weekly, and monthly basis, this data or whatever data, it does not matter if you look at the higher time frame, because higher time frame structures, biases, patterns are the ones which are driving the market. The market fell down, it reached a certain level, which I will show you in a bit, that was already there. It has been there for months in our analysis, right? And since then there have been a lot of news, a lot of data there as well. So it doesn't matter. It will only impact if it has changed drastic market conditions drastically, or if there was a black swan event, or it has reached a higher time frame level, right? That then only it will start to impact anything. Or if you are trading very small time frames, such as 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or something like that, then obviously it will impact, because news can actually take out the liquidity around the important areas. Now, this is the candle that we were expecting. And if I go to the weekly time frame, it's the same thing which we just saw on higher time frame. In our FCP methodology, what we do is we do multi-time frame analysis. So the market has been falling down from 2050 level here, okay, and then we changed our bias because it's reached our target, and then market has bounced up. Now remember to trade what you see and learn to analyze your charts yourself, because this movement, this upward movement which has happened, is nothing compared to this. Okay, so this is very small movement which which has happened here, right? So when you see something like this, you can say that, okay, there is a little move, there is a little bounce which has happened as compared to the previous leg, and that means it is not very bullish at the moment, right? On this time frame, I'm looking at weekly time frame, by the way. All these time frames are fractal in nature, right? So you will find that each time frame will have its own trend. It can be bullish on weekly, it can be bearish on daily as well, right? So you'll have to look at that. But on higher time frame, as I said, higher time frame um, patterns and charts are the ones which are running the market. So because it is bullish here, that does not mean that it is going to continue to rise up like this. It can happen, it may happen, but so far it has not happened. So what you should consider is something like this. You should consider some of the important levels which can act as the potential targets for this bullish move. And all of these targets can act as resistance, hence the market can fall down again to form this. This is how we analyze the market using FCP methodology. Now, if I go to the daily time frame, on daily time frame, what has happened? The market was falling down and it reached a certain level, has reached our target, and then started to go up. Now, where we got this target from? We got this target from our FCP analysis and from our Vata and Visage system. So I've been sharing this, I know that for past few weeks I have not posted this video analysis, but I've been posting my analysis consistently on Telegram channel, Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere. So ideally, you should be ideally following my analysis on all of these social media platforms. On Telegram, let me show you what has happened. So this is our free channel, Vikinsa FCP Trading channel, and this is the official channel. So this is what has happened. So on June 28th, I posted about this Vata and Visage, which is our proprietary indicator system, and it says the target has been reached, and this target was already given on June 23. On sorry, yeah, not June 23. Actually, it was given much before that. It was June 15th. So on June 15th, I said these are the two targets, which was 1907, and there was slightly lower than that, which was 1902 or something like that. And this was red, which was basically bearish. Was bearish, and the market gave us a sell signal. The sell signal came like 3 days ago, but it was confirmed on this day, which meant the market was going to fall down to 1906 and possibly lower than that as well. These are the possible targets which were given by Watanvesa system, and these targets were met nicely here after a few days, right? As soon as the market started to fall down, the first target was hit and the second target was open, and ultimately that was also reached. And because these targets were reached, and because the market reached a certain FCP zone, which I'll show you in a second, the market was expected to bounce up. And I mentioned that here in this analysis, which was posted, full analysis here. Okay, this was the analysis which was posted on June 23. Okay, now on June 23, what I said here is that the market could actually fall into this FCP zone, right? So this is the FCP zone. We had a gap at 1906, and this was also the target given by Vata and Visage. Okay, and then we also had this round number of 1900, right? That's a psychological number. Then we also have an important level around 1884. So we have an FCP zone which was created by our methodology, right? So this is FCP zone which could act as a bounce level, right? The market could hit up. Now from here, before coming to this zone, the market started to create a bullish trap. And this bullish trap, I was expecting market to continue to 1919, 1926, or maximum 1932. And from 1932, it was supposed to fall back down into this and then go back up. So this is where I said, like, no, I will not look at this particular bullish move. I will rather look into the short. And then once it has reached this zone, then I will look for a bullish move back again into some of these levels here, right? And this is what was explained here. In this, I said 1926. I mean, the gold could fall important level. Sorry. Um, Now, yeah, it is now bouncing from minor structure level of 1913, previously structured, right? I'm not keen on this bullish move, right? Why is that? Because I was expecting it to fall down and then, sorry, go up and fall down, right? So 1919, 1926, and 1932 levels were the levels from where it could fall back down. So I was looking for something like this. If the market goes up to these levels and I see a confirmation, I'll be interested in short opportunity again with 1906 FCP zone as possible target, right? So basically, what I said is the market could actually go back up, maximum up to here, and then fall back down, and then start to go back up like this, right? And that's exactly how the market has played out. And I also mentioned 1932, so not this one. And I also mentioned that 1932 was very, very important level in the coming time, right? So once the market bounced up from there, from that zone, the Watt and Visage system gave us this particular target here. This was shared in the FCP students' room as well. And our FCP students are already like, they were already looking into this possibility that market was going to go up. This was the buy and this was the signal, right? And this was the target approximating 53 or level was the target for this buy from Watt and Visage system. So ultimately, this is what happened. Now, if I show you, okay, so after that, I shared this analysis and I said, okay, the market is bouncing up, and I see that 1932 is going to be an important level, and we have this structure level here. And the market tried what? It tried like 6, 7 times to break through this 1932. And last week I mentioned like just before the start of the week, over the previous weekend, I said like the market could actually break through this 1932, going all the way to 1944 as first target, and the second target will be this FCP zone, which is around 1956, right? The upper edge is around 1956. And that's exactly how the market has played out. The market actually went higher from there, and this also worked exactly with how Watt and Visage predicted. So the Watt and Visage gave us this signal here. This was the bullish signal, blue, and this was the target. The market reached that level. And last week, what has happened? The market has actually come back down slightly, and we were expecting that. I think I posted on Thursday that you should be looking for some sort of correction here, and that's what the market was doing. And it was very simple because the W pattern was complete. The target was hit here as well, and what a curve was going to act as a resistance. So there was a delayed reaction to that, but that's what we were expecting. That market could actually fall down to this. So this is what has happened so far. Now let me open this analysis, what has been going on, and let me take you to this structure here. The market fell down, as I said, from 1932 approximately all the way down to this FCP zone, went back up 1932 again, tried several times to go through 1932, and then last week it broke out. Now, surprise, it has come back to 1954 because it has closed above. Last week on Friday, I was expecting market to close below. I was watching it very, very closely whether it was going to close below 1954 or not, and it did not. Now, this actually tells me that this market can still be slightly more bullish. So what do we expect? We can expect market to consolidate for a little while. So far it is running inside a consolidation. Let me show you on a smaller time frame. It will start to make more sense. So market is now consolidating like this between this and 1954, and it can still go beyond this, and why is that? And if that happens, what are the targets? Possible targets will be something like this. The next target will be 1966, 1969, and this FCP zone, and there is a gap available around 1979. So these are potential targets. There is another reason why that can happen, is because we have this liquidity area, lot of spikes, right? And this liquidity area can be cleaned up if the market goes up, and there is a liquidity area here as well, right? This, right? So the market can actually target that as well if it comes to close this gap. So you should be looking out, watching out for these specific levels. um, at the moment, this is a no man's land because this is actually in consolidation. So if it breaks down to the downside, then we have 1950, and there can be few levels here in the middle, right? Which we can find using FCP methodology, right? Or what and research, there are a few levels which you can target if the market breaks down to the downside. If it goes above, then we have these targets available to you, and there are potential upward targets as well. And there are screenshots which I will post in Telegram group, so you can refer to those screenshots again. Now if I go to the smaller time frame, and let me show you what is going on here. This is the W pattern which has been completed. Now, when W pattern completes, the market goes down, and that was also one of the reasons why I posted last week that the market could actually experience some sort of little bit of correction, and that's what has happened. So far, it has not been able to close below 1954, and that is the area, that is the level that you should be watching out for. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this analysis, found this useful, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other traders and trading communities. And if you want to order premium analysis, or if you want to um, order what and visa system, then let us know either by contacting us any of these social media channels, or you can contact us on Telegram. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading week. Thank you for watching. Find and follow us on these social media channels.